Nightmare on Elm Street is a classic horror movie about a burned victim named Freddy Krueger who looks like Deadpool, has the powers of Mr. Fantastic, but wants to be Wolverine. His actual superpower is that he could go into people's dreams and kill them from there, but he plays around with his victims so much that they have a survival rate of 98.4%. Freddy harasses a group of teens named Nancy, Tina, Rod, and Glenn, because that's always who the killers go for. Freddy tries to break into Nancy's room, but it turns out that her walls are made of rubber and that's his only weakness, so he can't do anything there. So next he goes to Tina's room and he tries to recreate the Gandalf vs Saruman fight by slamming her around the room until she dies. The police arrest Rod because he's a greaser and he's clearly the one who killed Tina and threw her against the ceiling. It turns out that the cops are crooked and Freddy works for them, so he kills Rod while Rod is in jail, and the cops just do nothing about all the screaming that's going on. Nancy falls asleep in class, so the teacher has Freddy go into her dream and teach her a lesson, but as usual, she wakes up before he could do anything to her. Nancy becomes an insomniac and her mom is like, "Nancy, you're being crazy, only 2 of your friends have died terribly in their sleep." So her mom makes her go to a therapist or something, and Freddy tries to kill Nancy for like the 5th time, so she steals his hat and takes it into the real world. Freddy's really upset about the whole hat thing, so when Glenn falls asleep, Freddy shows up and just makes him explode into blood. Like he creates a blood volcano from Glenn's bed. It's pretty crazy. It turns out that Nancy's mom killed Freddy Krueger by burning him alive because he killed kids. So now he's immortal and stuff, so he uses his new dead guy powers to kill more kids. Nancy decides that this is enough and goes all Home Alone by setting traps in her house and dragging Freddy into the real world. He takes a sledgehammer to the chest, but that's not enough, so Nancy gets out her Infinity Gauntlet and snaps Freddy out of existence. It turns out that everything was all a dream, so the friends get into a car. But we find out that Freddy Krueger is the car, and he's also inside Nancy's house at the same time, and he pulls her mom through the window of a door instead of just opening the door and pulling her in. And that's Nightmare on Elm Street.